Hey everyone, we're here on Rocktopia, and today I thought we would do Atrox Codex, but also this 120-pound workout, and that's why we came to Rocktopia over going to Calypso. It's just because we're able to double dip on this and get an extra reward, kind of for, for free or for the same cost. And so, let's get started. Atroxes have a really high aggro range, and so we'll get swarmed periodically. Not to mention they have a pretty good amount of hit points. And so we're going to try and kind of stay on the edge by the water. That way, if we have to flee out into the water to drown a few, it's an option for us. And the Atrox have a really massive drop list. And I assume the drop list is the same on both planets, both Calypso and Rocktopia. I assume it's just a mob, and it doesn't really matter which planet as far as the drop list for the same maturity. But I could be wrong on that. So don't quote me on that. You can't quote me. We are getting Codex on Calypso while we're working through this dumbbell mission right here. And it doesn't say what we get, but I think it's evade. Or the next one's evade. One of the two. In any event, it's worth kind of doing. Especially because I wanted Codex on a reasonable sized mob. And this is kind of the level where I like to kind of stop. 17 to 20 is kind of the extent to where we like to hunt. Our DPS just isn't really high enough to go much higher than that. And there's just so many options that we haven't worked up to where we need to go for super massive mobs, I guess. But this will help us work up that laser damage that we've been trying to work up so that we can qualify finally for that LR40. And we've been working on that for months now. Oh, this friend's coming. Sorry, I think we can handle two. And so the next time we go to Calypso, we should have some skills to gain. Plus, we should get some good defensive skills because these guys are reasonably high level. Oh, looks like we got a respawn right on top of us. Almost. It should aggro in a sec, I assume. We're definitely within its aggro range. Oh, there it is. Well, we'll just see how this goes. Every time we come out here, we get swarmed pretty good. And so, I was hoping coming from the other side here, it'd be a little better. But so far, it kind of seems to be pretty similar. Ooh, what do we get? Oh, range Gauss damage. Awesome, but not the one we were after. onward we go. Well, that was a nice little critical that guy landed on us. And we might want a little more DPS for these guys. I thought we'd be alright with this 35, but a smidge on the slow side, we'll say. And so far, it looks like we're just mainly getting some animal liver oil and some shrapnel, a little bit of diluted sweat there, and some soft hide. And so far, pretty, I guess the common or more basic stuff. But we're not getting all shrapnel, we're getting a good mix of stuff, and so that's nice. And so we might not be perfectly optimal, but we're optimal enough that we're getting at least a mix. Oh, here comes his friend. The cool thing is these guys have the option of dropping those Unreal tokens, and additionally, they have enough hit points and whatnot that there's the possibility of getting one of those general twin items or 20th year anniversary items off these guys. And I haven't personally heard of someone getting one on Rocktopia, but they said on any planet, so I assume it's across the board. No, I don't think we're going to get that lucky, but it's nice that it's an option. At least you got that lottery ticket. And this is pretty nice. We're only getting one and occasional two, and usually like only partway through. And so I think coming from this side over here is better than this side over here a little bit. I wonder what Atrox skin's used for. A texture, maybe? The only downside to doing the codex on Rocktopia here, or Rocktopia, I always say it wrong, um, is we can't track it. Because I wasn't on Calypso when we landed, like came here. And so my ability to pull up the codex is just not there. See, I can't select down. And so we'll just blindly be doing a little bit of codex while we slowly work through that 120-pound dumbbell workout. And then obviously we'll see what kind of loot and whatnot we get. Maybe we can get a couple reasonable hits, generate an item or something. That's always the goal. And these guys have enough hit points, and we're dumping enough ped into each one that there's a chance we global. 50 ped's a little hard to hit, but these guys global pretty often as a whole. And so that's also a kind of a chance to get lucky and maybe generate an item. And again, these guys have a mile long drop list. Most of it's pretty uncommon, but like the Mind Force chips and whatnot that they have the option to drop. But we're definitely getting better skills, especially in the skinning and whatnot. And so that should help our looter a little bit. Where's the... Oh, here's the rock. We're going to defend the rock. Oh, we're getting swarmed now, though. Oh, wow. Alright, I think we'll just wait it out. We should be fine until one of our armor breaks. I know our gauntlets were pretty low. We got a backup set, but during that transition, we will be a little vulnerable, we'll say. Oh, that one was nice. 7.5 ped. And I'm gonna admit, I don't really have a good use for that liver oil, so I'm not real sure what we're gonna do with it. Maybe we'll do some EP crafting off on the side, so to speak. Just to run through it for some extra skills. I assume it'll be hard to find a buyer on Rocktopia for that. And so our only other option is to keep it and try and take it to Calypso and sell it. But it has pretty low markups, so to cover that cost, you'd have to collect a pretty substantial amount of it. So basically not a lot of good options is what I'm saying. Well, maybe I should have stayed over a little bit. We weren't getting swarmed like this. Maybe they like the rock too. Maybe we'll just defend the rock, but from the edge. That should give us the gap we need to not have them self-aggro and self-pulling. Or at least not to the same level. And that's kind of the perk to using a rifle with some range. Or a long-range pyro chip. Or Mind Force chip of some sort. Although when they spawn right on top of the rock, we can't do nothing about that. Oh wow, he's aggroed from quite a ways over there. So slightly better, but not amazing. Better is better. Oh, it's a nice one. I don't really have an item we're going after off of these guys, no. Um, they just drop such a wide range of reasonably good stuff, honestly. Most of it's limited, but like level 5, 6, 7 chips, it's not bad. And then I believe some other weapons are on their drop list as well. I haven't looked them up for a long time. I like that that pawn's not enough to drown them when they run across because they're kind of fast. And the little heart means that they're tameable, but you gotta be a pretty good animal tamer, I believe, to have much of a chance on these guys. It looks like we're gonna get swarmed again for a second. And so the Atrox is kind of famous for its aggro range. And you can kind of see why. From 1.5 like radiuses on the aggro or on the radar, they'll aggro on you. I don't know why this one seems a little bigger. Because it is. And so now I think it's the same. Right side or left side as far as how bad they kind of aggro on you. I think it's just kind of the nature of the beast. Yeah, that one definitely had a few more hit points. And was kind of broke. It's always sad. Why are always the tough ones the broke ones? They're the ones scrappy fighting for their last penny or something. I think their friend over there is going to aggro on us as well. Well, if he want to wait till we finish one or two of these, that'd be okay with me. Well, that guy didn't wait at all. So I'm double glad that other guy's waiting. Looks like we've got a handful of components as well. Or I guess really just one component. Pretty low markup as well. And just like that, we're getting completely swarmed again because of respawns. You see how they spawn all kind of all around, and then just instantly aggroed. And that's something that you really have to watch for when you're fighting these Atroxes, especially if you don't have good armor. They'll swarm you and put you in a bad spot real fast. And even if you do have good armor, we're taking a bunch of armor decay that we potentially didn't have to if we would have stayed maybe further on the edges or had a better spot to hunt at maybe. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind while you're out hunting these guys. We're making some progress on that mission, but it's pretty slow. 50-ish every half hour or so. This is a really nice, dense spawn of these guys, though. You're definitely not running out. Ever. And so along this edge, and then again over here is a whole bunch of, I just call them Calypso spawns. From the Plumaturgus to the Atrox to some high level 60 something stuff that I'm like, skip that. So yeah, we definitely want a bigger gun for this, but this is the biggest gun we can use, so our hands are tied, so to speak. But we're hoping by the time we get through 5,000, we see at least one or two cool little pops. Even if it's just a limited chip for a Mind Force we don't use. that was a nice one. Almost 13 ped. I was just worried about those two over there aggroing on us while we were fighting one of these other ones over here. Just because of where they were on the radar. And there it goes. So that was seems like it was a viable worry. Well, that one spawned unreachable, which that happens sometimes. We'll worry about it if it aggroes on us. Then it'll become reachable again. Oh, now we're getting into a big swarm. Like 6. Getting mobbed up like you in high school again. Oh, there's a codex up. We won't be able to select it even if we click on it. But it's nice to know we got one. So there's skills awaiting for us on Calypso. And the next wave starts incoming. So we got full auto pull happening. Which is, I mean, outside of the extra little bit of armor decay, not a bad thing. We're literally killing as fast as we possibly can at this point without taking a reload pill or changing weapons potentially. We're gonna back up to the water a little bit. Just to minimize the auto pulls and let us catch up a smidgen. They're spawning and aggroing on us almost as fast as we're putting them down. Or maybe faster. Oh, that was a nice one. What is that? 16, 17 ped? Nice little mini hit there. But it doesn't look like moving to the edge helped my auto pull situation. Ooh, that was a nice critical they just hit us with. 30-something points. That would have been devastating without the armor. And that last kill put us 4% of the way through that quest. 1% is 50 kills. And that other grouping is kind of to our right and behind us a little bit is close enough. It could aggro as well. And that's not a small group. That's like 2 or 3 of them there. Yep, there comes the first one. there comes a different one. I wasn't even worried about that one. That one must be like a respawn or something. I was gonna say the loot hasn't been atrocious, but it kind of looks like a pretty bad 70-ish%. And so I think with this one, we're just gonna drown the rest of these and lament the fact that we did not strike and get something neat. But that's how it works sometimes. We did get a couple percent of that quest done, and we'll just have to do it again sometime. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. Stay epic.